Being a photography-based influencer was the goal, but everyone called it a pipe dream. And they were right. A failed career, no job, no money, and a mountain of debt. April ends up moving back to her rainy small town, but even a small town has some doors for opportunity. If these two boys can give April her last shot at her dreams, she can use them. This is a quote-unquote quite intimate story of how photography changed the lives of three people in a rainy small town and the paths in the life that they took with it. Greetings, fellow outsiders, and welcome to Diffraction. This is a different pace from some of the other games I've played on my channel. It's not a horror game, at least not to my knowledge, but the art style looked beautiful, and I've been enjoying playing some of the visual novel type games more, so I wanted to check this one out. Let's go ahead and start. My name is, I'll be Alieann. There we go. I'll leave Fane in your capable hands, all right? All right. I gotta go or I'll lose the duck. What? You can't. And he's already gone. Figures. We came all the way up a mountain, and he abandons us to go on a literal wild goose chase. Hey Fane, you okay with this? I think it was a wild duck chase. A wild well, that's really not the point here. What's the point then? Never mind. You don't have a camera, right? Are you just using your phone or something? I'm okay without anything. I'll just watch you. Phew. I just took a picture of you guys. Huh? Why are you taking a picture of me? Because you have to participate somehow here. How are you going to learn to be a famous photographer at this rate? I don't take pictures, though. Maybe you don't, but I do. I'll be a super famous photographer one day. That sounds cool. I'm sure you'll be great. Are you trying to make fun of me? No, I really think you can do it. Oh. What if I said I wanted to be a well-known influencer too? You'll do amazing for sure. What if I wanted to be a T-Rex? I heard they sell those blow-up dinosaur costumes in the town over. That would be sick. A T-Rex photographer? I'd pay to see that. Ah, geez. Fane is so supportive. Miss Alieann? Miss Alieann? Was I dreaming? Huh? Are you all right? Ah, stupid. Why am I daydreaming at a time like this? Ask her who she is. Let's ask who she is. Who are you again? Excuse me, are you serious? Yes? The woman blinks at me slowly, confusion clear on her face. You are the one applying to work in my studio, correct? And you're asking me who I am? Uh-oh, I think we messed up, guys. It's clearly too late to backtrack as I'm already hearing snickers of whispers from other people close by. Perhaps I may give you some professional advice? She continues without waiting for my response. Our studio and many others don't quite consider 3 years of personal social media as experience. You should try working more professional gigs first. Please excuse me. Ooh, the woman clearly dismisses me to speak to another attendee nearby. The snickers from surrounding crowd only gets louder. Let's try a booth a little further away from here next. Uh-oh. Oh, so you do photography and social media. Does that mean you know how to use the editing software too? Yes, I do. That's great. We've been looking for someone like you. Really? You see, our little startup needs to get someone that can take photos, put together a few viral videos. Wait, videos? Maybe some promotional flyers or postcards and properly set out our websites. So when can you start? You are hiring for a photographer, right? That's right. Maybe I'll get back to you on this one. Take it and learn as you go. Come on. I'll be quite happy to give anyone a chance despite their bland, boring portfolio. After all, our biggest clients all want tasteful, cultured body shots of themselves, and we are a discreet studio dedicated to art. This sounds sketchy, guys. Anyone except you. What? Why? I mean, can I ask why? Forget all the social media nonsense and playing around online for a few years. I saw the commotion you made a few booths over, disrespecting people with passion. If you even want me to consider you, you should start figuring out how to get some solid marketable skills or add some culture to your portfolio. There goes that chance. I'm not sure I'd want to work with this guy anyway. That was rude. Say I'm rude, you're rude. No. Nothing but rejections. I was told applying at jobs fairs was supposed to be easier, but that's not true at all. At least email rejections aren't as brutal. That was such a waste of time. I should just steer clear of Mr. Cultured's booth as much as possible. Another day, another disappointment, I guess. That sounds cool. I'm sure you'll be great. Great my butt. I wonder what that boy would think if he saw me today. Would he still think I'm doing great? What a silly thought. Thinking about some kid after all this time. But it's a bit sad. I remember what he said perfectly, but I can't quite remember his name. I swear it started with an F, right? Was it Fang? No, I think it could have been Frank? Maybe it was more of a Finn? Wait. Oh, he's cute. Isn't that Fane? She remembers. I mean, we remember. Hey! And he had a camera! The quiet exclamation is lost in the noisy crowd, as is the sudden flicker of an all too familiar face in the distance. Without realizing, I take a few steps forward. It can't be. Fane? Why is he here? Where's he been? Does he look different? A million questions surface, but before there's time to think about any of them, I'm already running after him. The crowd around me blurs while my focus stays on the spot he last stood. Only, in the rush, I'd forgotten to look where I was going. Oh, hi. Wait. Hey, watch it. Oh my goodness. The man I collided with utters a panic curse as his things clatter to the ground around him. A few startled people nearby also quickly back away, eyeing us with a mixture of surprise and concern. There's no time to worry about this. I have to get up. I sweep my dropped portfolio and ready myself to run once more when I think there's enough time to deal with this guy. Crack. Oh, crap. Is that mine or his? There, beneath my shoe, lies a very shiny, very new-looking, very broken, beyond repair smartphone. What should I do? I'm gonna stop, because that kind of sucks. So I'm gonna stop and apologize to the stranger. If there's multiple endings to this, it didn't say that on the page. If there is, I'll try and get them, but I'm gonna stop and apologize. Okay, I'm gonna choose this one. In an instant, all thoughts of pursuing Fane had slipped from my mind in the face of this new scenario. Meeting the stranger's gaze, I quickly removed my shoe from his phone. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let me help you. Without even waiting for a confirmation, I moved to help him gather up his belongings, which luckily hadn't scattered too far. Meanwhile, without so much as looking at me, he began to frantically press the buttons of his shattered phone, all the while clutching the device as though it was his injured child. Come on, please still be alive. Nervously, I look at the screen, silently hoping it might somehow be less damaged than it looks. Well, either way, I don't really have the money to fix this. After a few more failures, he finally lowers his hands. It's no good. It's dead. Standing up, he picks up the items I'd returned to him earlier, sliding the phone into his pocket and shifts his full attention towards me. What should I do? We might not have the money, but let's ask him and see if we can help. At least then we're putting forth an effort. How much would it cost to buy a new one? I definitely can't afford it, but it's better to know what I'm working with here at least. Or so I thought. $5,000. $5,000? What sort of phone costs $5,000? He's got to be messing with me. But then again, his clothes do look kind of expensive. Is he a K-pop idol? Are you making a joke or something? I've never heard of a phone that costs that much. Nope. I stare at him for a moment. Is he really being serious right now? I'm sorry. I don't have that kind of money. Is there any other way I could make up for this? Let me see. He makes a show of thinking for a moment. How about... He begins, but all of a sudden we're interrupted by a shout. Hey, Hen, over here! A voice calls out, and the stranger before me instinctively turns to look in the direction the voice is coming from. Two people emerge from the crowd, a woman clutching a name brand purse and a boy waving his hand in the air to get our attention. Hello. Are they friends of his? You get lost or something? We've been looking all over campus for you. You didn't answer your phone either. Sorry, my phone got smashed, so I didn't get anything. He holds up his cracked, dead phone in emphasis. Damn, that sucks. Yep. Everyone waits a beat to see if Hen will explain what happened, but he doesn't elaborate any further. That's nice. He's not throwing us under the bus. He simply shrugs. Only then does the girl seem to notice me. Oh, who's this? Another fan? Oh, maybe he is a K-pop idol. She seems to study me for a moment. Fan? Should I be offended right now? No, I'm just the person that broke his phone. I'm a possible new collab. Oh, or is he a content creator? Hen cuts me off suddenly, sending the most suggestive winks to the other two. It must have been enough because they nod understandingly. Wait, what collab? What does that mean? Gotcha. We'll head back to the gym then. Join us when you're done. Done with what? They're clearly not even trying to include me in this conversation. No one seems to provide further context for anything through, and the two walk off to either end of the auditorium. And turns back towards me as if nothing just happened. All right, let's go. I have the perfect idea. Without so much as waiting for further confirmation, he's already begun to move, clearly expecting me to follow. You know what? We're just gonna go with him. I like him. It's not like I have much of a choice whether I want to go or not. I hesitantly follow, walking a few steps behind him. Once he notices me following, Hen half turns and gives me an unreadable look. What? But he continues walking right after. I really hope I won't regret this. As we silently walk towards the venue exit, I'm left alone to imagine what could possibly await me. None of my guesses are particularly reassuring. We exit the venue and he looks around for just a moment, then continues to lead the way to the store. Well, it doesn't seem like he's going to talk to me. Maybe I should talk to him. I could ask him about the collab you mentioned earlier. Sure, let's ask. Hey, about that collab you mentioned? What did you mean by a possible new collab? Like what collab? Oh, the collab between you and me, where you pay for candy and I get candy? See, a collaborative effort. He once again continues onward without waiting for my response. He's clearly not going to give me a proper answer. He's walking in the right direction at least. Why are we at the store? Before I can even contemplate what would happen next, Hen has already wandered off, swiftly vanishing into one of the more distant aisles. Okay then, I slowly follow after him. Turning the corner, I spot him already crouched in front of a shelf lined with a variety of gummies. Is he seriously making me pay for gummy candies? He looks up at me as I approach, and immediately extends a selection of packages in my direction, an expectant look on his face. Hold these. I soon find my arms entirely occupied by a large pile of candy. What am I, your shopping cart? With his hands now freed up, he seems to stare at the candy selection seriously for a few moments, apparently torn between a pack of multicolored frog gummies and what appears to be a foreign brand of whale gummies. What do you think, blue whales or tree frogs? This is probably the most serious look I've seen from him so far. Why not both? Just get both. I briefly glance down at the already ridiculous pile of candy in my arms, wondering why he's suddenly showing some restraint. I can't do that. Don't you see I need to watch my health? I couldn't possibly. This is him watching his health? He contemplates the two bags if they were bars of gold, weighing one in each hand. Like one bag of candy more or less changes anything here. This is already a disgusting amount of sugar. My thoughts are interrupted as I feel the weight of my own arms increase, an additional 2 bags placed in the pile I'm carrying. You know, you're right. I'll just get both. He changed his mind way too fast. I can barely leave one behind. What if at 3 a.m. I suddenly have a craving for gummy whales? The chewy top and the soft base make for such a perfect combination of texture and flavor, but they lack the overall variety of multicolored gummy frogs. The tang of citrus gummies are the best to have in the mornings after all. That's his concern? Who even eats candy at 3 a.m. if they're watching their health? I'll be safer this way. Great. I have no idea what I'm supposed to say to this. And so I don't. Instead, I begin to count up the total cost of everything I'm carrying. Okay, fine, let's see here. This would be $3 plus this is $11.50 and those are $18.75. Oh my god, that's way too much. Something must show on my face because he points at the pile of bags underneath the gummy whales. I'll pay for these ones, it's fine. Great. What was even the point of making me listen to that speech if you're just gonna get both and pay for some anyways? I guess I can't complain since I did break his phone. So is that everything? I should probably double check if I actually have the money for even half of this. He looks over at the candy aisle once more. Yes, that should do it for now. For now? He glances at me briefly and passes to head to the checkout desk. For me to eat this afternoon, that is. This guy is crazy. Don't worry, you'll be completely debt-free once you've paid for these. Thank you. He elaborates as though in response to my thoughts. Wait, I pause for a moment. You're planning to eat all of these at once? Somehow it was the least important piece of information revealed in this exchange that turned out to be the most shocking. Pausing, he looks back at me. Yeah, why not? He responds plainly as though that is completely normal. You're gonna make yourself so sick. It'll be fine, that's pretty normal for me. This is normal for him? Before I can ask any more questions, he once again turns to head to the cashier. I quickly move to catch up with him, soon placing the absurd amount of candy onto the counter. The woman at the cash register raises an eyebrow as Hen quickly picks up a few of the packets he said he would be paying for. She's paying for all of these ones. He gestures towards me loosely as I begin to pull out my wallet. The woman glances from me to Hen, her gaze lingering on him for a few good moments before she begins to scan the items, and simply continues to smile as though nothing's strange here. That will be $11.35. Would you like a bag? Returning my attention to the cash register, I find the woman giving me a patient smile. Yes, please. Remembering what I was doing here, I resume digging out the cash from my wallet. So, Hen begins to speak, but is immediately cut off. No, you're not getting a discount on this. She knew what he was going to say? Seems like they know each other. My questions are given no answers as the woman doesn't even spare him a glance as she continues bagging the candy. Hen doesn't seem to pursue the matter. Finally, having freed the remainder of my coins from the recesses of my wallet, I hand the woman the money. Thank you. She counts the change, then gives me another smile as she hands me the bag before returning to Hen. I stand by the counter as I wait for him to complete his purchase, which appears to be a quick affair without any further bartering exchanged. Okay, let's go. Hen gives me a short, expectant glance before beginning to head outside. Have a nice day. Thanks. Tearing my gaze from the cashier, I slowly begin to follow Hen outside. Stopping as I find him standing next to the entrance, I hold out a bag of candy. He takes it from me, placing his pile of gummies inside. So, what now? Well, you said that this would be enough to make up for the phone, right? He continues to rummage through the bag of candy. But you said your phone costs like $5,000, right? And then you said something about a collab. I guess I'm just a bit confused here. I kind of assumed he had something more elaborate in mind. He just shrugs at that. So this is all then? I'm just off the hook like that? Pretty much. Well, that was easy. I should get going now. Okay then. I guess I shouldn't argue with him for letting me off so lightly. See ya! He raises a hand in a farewell gesture, then turns to leave without so much as a second glance. But bye! And so I'm all of a sudden left standing alone in the streets. Well, that was an unexpected adventure. He didn't even know our name. What a weirdo. But I guess he wasn't as bad as I thought. What do I do now? I look up at the slowly darkening sky. Looks like it's gonna rain. Maybe I should go home while it's still dry out. But I wonder if that was really Fane back at the job fair. Even with all that had just unfolded, the earlier encounter had never quite slipped my mind. Looking back, I really could no longer say for sure it wasn't a complete stranger, let alone why I had felt so compelled to drop everything and run after him. But somehow, let's go look for Fane! With that in mind, I began making my way back towards the job fair. The walk wasn't too far, as the store was just down the street from the venue, but I still ended up getting caught in the rain. Uh-oh. If Fane's not here, I should just head home. I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get in trouble for being out late. Looking around, the hall is fairly empty at this point, so it's easy to see across the expanse of the space, but unfortunately, no sign of him. Maybe I should ask one of the booth staff if they saw anyone matching his description. Besides that light blue hair, I don't exactly remember many details, though. I'll just look around a bit more for now, just in case I missed something. Well, it doesn't seem like he's here anymore. After circling the auditorium hall 3 times, asking multiple staff around the halls and booths, and even a few straggler attendees, it's the only conclusion I can reach at this point. If it was even him to begin with. I should have just gone home. At this point, I'm not even sure why I'm looking. Even if it was him, and I did somehow find him, what then? What do I even want from him? He probably wouldn't even remember me. And if he does, it's not like I have the time to be friends with him again. I barely have time for myself at this point. This is so stupid. Just as I'm beginning to turn to head home, however, a nearby display catches my eye. Wait, this is... Without realizing it, I've already begun walking towards the booth in question. Guildston Community College Student Photography Exhibit? Across one full wall of an auditorium, there are over a dozen or so pictures lined up in a row, displaying the name and respective student photographer just beneath them. It's almost easy to mistake how small the classes here actually are, with each picture blown up and taking a lot more space than a normal photograph. Don't know why I said it like that. I remember this. Back when I was considering where to study, my parents took me to see one of these. Though I did end up going somewhere better, so I haven't seen this in years. I can't believe they're still running these. How nostalgic. I was so focused on my job search earlier, I must have overlooked it. I quickly pull out my phone to check the time. I'm already late, so taking a little peek around can't hurt, right? Maybe I'll stay just a little bit longer. Is this where we're going to find Fane? Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. It's a lot easier to slowly navigate from one image to the next now with the lack of crowds. There's time to check each name carefully before taking a look at their work. This one's pretty good too. On the far side of the wall, there was a sign that said the exhibit's overall theme was Corners of Daily Life. But the theme doesn't seem too strict since there's actually a variety of photo subjects here. Even then, each picture has its own charm, with the edges of talent and novice mistakes scattered in between. Let's see here. This one's by Ernest Pickle? I crouched slightly to squint at the name, making sure I read it correctly. The strip of paper reads, Ernest Pickle. I feel bad for judging the name, but what kind of name is that? Could it be an online handle, maybe? Whatever. Let's see what this Ernest Pickle can do. Whoa. The picture staring back at me is an incredibly simple one, and that's very on theme. What with it being exactly the theme itself, depicting a cracked corner of a room. The notes of dust and debris are the only other visible details in the photo, but somehow, a little on the nose there. But that use of lighting is so interesting. Among the pictures here, this one has the most unique lighting of the bunch. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, though. Either way, this person has potential. I'm actually kind of jealous. I take out my phone and snap a picture for reference. This makes me miss being a student. Things were so much easier back then. Everyone had the same goal and drive, and it was easy to forget a passion for photography work isn't the norm. I guess we all have to grow up at some point. Hopefully these students will enjoy it while they can. Look down at my phone to check the time once more. Crap, it's already 6:30. If Mom's still there, she's not going to be happy. Well, if I hurry up now, I can make it before dark at least. Maybe if I run. And so I begin making my way to the building exit, and from there out onto the rainy streets. The walk back home is a relatively short and uneventful one. Soon enough, I'm standing at the entrance of my parents' house, quietly contemplating how to delicately explain my complete lack of success at the job fair to them. I guess no matter what, they'll find out sooner or later. Might as well just bite the bullet and get it over with. Turning the key, I push down the door handle. Here goes. Walking in, I quietly close the door behind me, taking off my shoes before proceeding to walk down the now rather dim hall. I hear the muffled sounds of the TV coming from the living room. I guess they must have already eaten. Quietly opening the door, I peek in the room to see my father sitting on the sofa watching what appears to be the news. I'm back. He looks over at me curiously. You're back late. Yeah, sorry about that. I got held up a bit. Better not tell him about Hen. Seems like it. You're soaked through. So how'd it go? Find anything? Not really. I wasn't what they were looking for, I guess. I see. He pauses as he looks at me, seeming to consider his next words carefully before finally relenting with a short sigh. That's okay. We can talk about this tomorrow morning when your mother's back from her shift. Get some rest for now. You look tired. Make sure to take a warm shower, dry off completely before you catch a cold. All right, I will. This is hard. This is a demo. I hope in the full game it works out for a little character, because it's hard chasing your dreams, especially when it's something like artistic, like photography or, art or film or music or anything like that. I feel for her. I pulled the door shut slowly. Good night. Night, sweetie. Well, that went better than I thought for now. Make my way to my room, dumping my jacket and bag next to the door before collapsing into my bed. That's a cute stuffed animal, the little centipede guy. Or is it an armadillo, you think? Ha! I wonder what Mom and Dad will say tomorrow. I told them I'd try my best to get a job, but look at me. All I got out of today was a lot of mean comments and some guy asking me to cover every type of media specialty. Maybe that one booth guy was right. Maybe my portfolio is just bland or something. Ugh, so depressing. Come on, think happy thoughts. I'll just have to work on making my portfolio even better so they'll have no choice to hire me back next time. Who am I kidding? That's what I tried to tell myself before the job fair, yet today was even more of a disaster than usual. What a day. I can't believe I forgot to watch where I was going, letting myself run into the king of gummies like that. Not to mention I ended up trashing the guy's phone. Was me buying him some candy really enough to make up for that? He seemed so okay with it, though it was kind of difficult to tell if he was being serious. Not that it makes a difference now, I guess. I'll probably never see him again. Speaking of which, I should definitely let the whole Fane thing go. I wasted all that time going back to look for him, but I still found nothing. Was that even him in the first place? He looked so different. And who stays here their whole life? My brain hurts just thinking about it. Well, you've stayed here this long. Maybe I can ask Mom and Dad if they know anything. I don't think they will, but, it doesn't hurt to ask. Try to finish some uploads tomorrow, too. Maybe spend some more job applications. Chapter 1 End. May Day. Mini demo end. I really liked that. I really liked that visual novel. The art style was so good, and I love the character designs. This was more of a cozy playthrough, but I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna go back, I think, and see if we can interact with Fane. And if we can, then it'll be tacked on to the end of this video and see kind of what some of the other interactions are in this game. So, what should I do? Okay, so this time we're gonna apologize and then run after Fane. I can't deal with this now. I need to find Fane. Looking up from the cracked phone, I catch the stranger's gaze, not glaze, and hesitate for a moment. It's no good. I don't have time for this. I'm sorry, I have to go. I'll come back later. Without looking for a response, I quickly turn to run after Fane once again. Barely evading a few more startled passers-by, I made my way towards a place where I'd last spotted him, occasionally catching a glimpse of light blue hair. I ended up finding myself just outside of the venue exit. How is he so slippery? I don't even remember him being athletic at all. Despite the fact I had been running, he seems to have already vanished into the direction of the park. Finally. Wait, where did he go? The park appears to be empty, or so it seems. Oh! Until I spot movement beneath a wooden picnic table as what seems to be a head peeks out from underneath the bench. Our eyes meet for just a moment. Fane? The boy startles. A short thump can be heard as his head met the underside of the table, wobbling it slightly. Ouch! Oh! Ow! Clasping his head, he seems to flinch for a moment before attempting to clumsily scramble out from underneath the table. What was he even doing down there? Is he trying to hide? Are you okay? Maybe I should go to help him. Carefully, I make my way around the table. Perhaps he needs help, but seemingly in response to my advance, the boy hastens his scramble to get to his feet. I'm fine. There's an unexpected level of coldness to his tone. Could I have made a mistake? No, I'm sure this has to be him. He even reacted when I said his name. You are Fane, right? That's me. So? With his hands and knees covered in dirt, he now stands upright, uncharacteristically wary look on his face. Well, that's direct. I really should have thought of something to say before talking to him. Maybe he just doesn't know who I am after all these years. Do you remember me? Fane seems to tense up further at my question, and for a moment it looks like he'll answer me. I think he remembers you, because he's doing photography now. If you remember in the intro, he's like, oh, I'll never do it. But instead, he continues to avoid my gaze as he fiddles nervously with the camera hanging from his neck. Well, this isn't awkward at all. It's me, April. You know, that person you met at photography camp that one summer? We spent the week paired up. Not even a flicker of emotion or recognition appears with my words. What do you want? Actually, what do I even want? I scrambled through a crowd for him, so what now? Let's be honest. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I just saw you and then, well, I just kind of ran after you without thinking, I guess. He seems to study me carefully as I speak. I've been out of town for a while and I don't really know anyone here anymore, so I guess I thought it might be nice to talk to you again. But it's okay if you don't want to. Though his posture remains tense, there's something that seems to give away in his expression as he looks once more, his mouth remaining closed in a thin line. It's not that I don't want to. He's softening up. He looks down at his camera nervously for a moment. Maybe he's feeling shy? If you don't want to talk right now, how about giving me your social media, or I guess you can have mine. He looks back up at me carefully. You don't need to message me or anything. I probably won't really even have the time to talk much anyway. It'd just be nice to not lose contact again, you know? Well, I guess this probably seems kind of weird to you since you don't remember and all, but what am I even saying at this point? I barely have time for myself, let alone reviving forgotten friendships. He looks at me thoughtfully, before beginning to search his pockets and clumsily digging out a rather beat-up-looking smartphone. He takes a minute to search for something. Finally, he points the screen at me, a profile page open. Here, I don't know how to do this. Just a sec. Digging out my own phone, I note his profile name, Fane6351. Right, got it, thanks. He hesitantly pockets the phone again, continuing to awkwardly stare at me for a minute before muttering, I'm late for work. Fane raises a single stiff hand in what I can only assume to be a greeting of gesture of sorts. He's just shy. Okay, bye. And without another word, he scrambles off towards the park entrance. What was that? Well, whatever that was, it certainly wasn't the Fane I remember. I guess I have his account though now, might as well take a peek. Let's see what we have here. Fane63501. Maybe his profile will tell me why he's being so weird. 5 followers and 1 post. How does he only have 1 post? It's even from 3 years ago. And it has 75,000 likes? It has 75,000 likes. Wait, what is this? How? The numbers are still there no matter how much I look at the post. This makes no sense. He might have just reposted something, right? This makes even less sense than before. Well, it's late. I can think about this later. I should probably get home before it starts raining anyways. Mom's not going to be happy if I'm late either. Well, show us the post. Let's try and go look for Hen now. I only take a few steps in the direction of home, when all of a sudden thought flashed back into my mind. Wait. Crap, I totally forgot about him. I completely ditched him back there. What was I even thinking? And I was just about to go home, too. Ha! If I go back from now, he'll probably be super pissed if he's even still there. But then again, if I just leave, that's also not right. Never mind, how awkward it would be if I ran into him again after this. What do I do? Okay, calm down and think. It's not that late, so the job fair is still open for a bit, I think. He might still be there if he's attending one of the evening events, maybe? I should probably at least try and do the right thing, shouldn't I? Just as I'm contemplating this, I feel a cold drop of rain hit my cheek. Soon, a flurry of heavy raindrops follow. Looking up, I find that the sky above has taken a foreboding shade of gray. Ugh, fine. I so don't have time for this, but I also don't think I can just go home after remembering. So, without wasting another moment, I begin running through the rain back towards the building where the job fair is being held. I pause to catch my breath. I should really stop neglecting my workout routine. Ugh, and my clothes feel all damp from the rain. Okay, focus. Focus? Having caught my breath, I pull myself up, scanning the space ahead for the main man with the broken phone. The venue is fairly empty at this point, so I can easily see across the expanse of the hall. However, I can't see him here. Could he have left already? Well, he was kind of flashy looking. I guess I could. Catching the sight of a nearby unoccupied booth, I wander over. Excuse me. Catch a woman's attention. How can I help you? Well, I was looking for someone, and I was wondering if maybe you saw him. He, I want to click this one, but this one might get us to actually see him. I'm going to do this one, though, because I like the dialogue. He was tall, and now that I think about it, like, kind of handsome, and both in his looks and personality, the whole package of handsome, if you were to ask me. Oh, is that him? The music, a loud voice from behind interrupts me. I turn around, only to come face to face with the exact person I was looking for. Well, now I'm embarrassed. Of course, if you did ask me, I would entirely agree. Wait, where did he come from? The woman's eyes dart between me and the tall man, unsure of what to make of the situation, but he continues onwards without paying her much attention. Now imagine. There I was, minding my own business, when the next thing I know, poof, my phone is gone. Its life tragically ended by someone else's hands. Or maybe someone's foot is more accurate in the situation. My very new and very custom, engraved $5,000 phone, and the offender just runs off. His tone might be mistaken for playful joking under different circumstances. However, his pointed stare directed at me tells me an entirely different story. He smiles at me. It's absolutely not reassuring. For a moment, an awkward silence falls. I awkwardly make eye contact with the woman who I'd asked for help. She continues to smile at me, but it's clearly uncomfortable. This is so awkward. We should probably continue this in private. Well, it looks like I found him, thanks. Without another word, I quickly turn to leave, soon hearing his footsteps follow behind me. A glance back at him smiling and shrugging at me as though what just happened wasn't entirely his doing. He's kind of starting to irritate me. What should I do? Safe distance away from prying ears, I come to stop as does he. Doesn't look like he's going to help me and make the first move here, so maybe I should. You realize I was looking for you, right? I turn to face him. He looks back at me innocently. So I really don't think you had to go and make a scene like that. It was totally uncalled for. He raises an eyebrow at me skeptically, clearly unimpressed with that response. Okay, I probably did deserve this a bit since I ran and abandoned him like that, but still. This is clearly getting me nowhere. Okay, fine. I came back to apologize about your phone, so I'm sorry about that, and running off afterwards. I'd like to make it up to you somehow. And how are you going to do that? How am I going to do that? I hadn't actually thought that far ahead. Maybe I can tell him I'll pay for it when I get more money? I'll pay... Wait. Didn't he also say something earlier about it being worth $5,000? That can't possibly be true, though, can't it? I look up to find him smiling at me. I did mention that it was worth $5,000, didn't I? Brand new, customized, engraved. I almost forgot to mention that all that work is I probably lost by not being able to access my email. I'd love to know what you have in mind. You don't know how to make it up to him, but you want to try. I'm gonna be nice. I don't actually know what I can do, but I want to try. He makes a show of tapping his chin, humming all the while. Luckily for you, I'm not only handsome, but I'm also quite merciful. I'm sure we'll think of something. Well, it looks like I've got to get going now. I'll be in touch. Wait, but how are you gonna contact me? I have my methods. He has his methods, okay. What does that even mean? Before I can ask, he's already turned to leave, giving me a small wave. Okay then, I guess. Thoroughly confused, I stand around for a good few moments, watching him wander off until, crap, what am I doing just standing here? I quickly wrestle my phone from my pocket and check the time. I knew it, it's already 6:30, I'm gonna be late now. I quickly begin making my way towards the nearest exit. I hope Dad won't be too upset. I should probably move faster. And so I did, beginning my journey home. So in this route, we got to talk to both of them separately. I walk back home. My walk back home is relatively short and uneventful. Soon enough, I'm standing at the entrance of my parents' house, quietly contemplating how delicately to explain the complete lack of success at the job fair I had today. I guess no matter what they find, they'll find out sooner or later. I think this is going to be the same. I wonder what Mom and Dad will say tomorrow. I told them I tried my best to get a job, but look at me. All I got out today was a lot of mean comments and some guy asking me to work for exposure. Maybe that one booth guy was right. Maybe my portfolio is just bland or something. So depressing. Come on, think happy thoughts. I'll just have to work on making my portfolio even better so they'll have no choice but hire me next time. I still can't believe that was Fane. He acted so different compared to what I remember. Not to mention the hair and the camera. I thought he barely used that phone camera before, but the one he had was actually a good one. Speaking of which, Mr. Dashing and Handsome, more like Mr. Self-Flattery. Sure, I broke his phone and left, but he could have just discussed it normally with me. I don't want to even know what his methods are. Let's just hope I never see him again. Maybe I could ask Mom and Dad if they know anything. I don't think they will, but it doesn't hurt to ask. I'll try to finish some uploads tomorrow, too. Maybe spend some more time on job applications. Chapter 1, End. May Day. Mini demo, end. Alright, well, that was, I think, the main two routes. I'm sure there's other dialogue options, but I'm going to leave that for you guys to explore if you would like to see those and check this demo out and leave some support for the developer because I really enjoyed that. I like having a couple of these cozier games on my channel, not only because are they fun for me to record, but hopefully they'll be nice and relaxing for you guys to watch. That was Diffraction. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like down below. If you like the rest of my content and my channel, consider subscribing to it and leave me a comment down below about whether you like Fane or Hen more so far. That will be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one.